Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Hello good people, how are you all doing? Thank you so much for coming back. Feel most welcomed, okay? And if you're stopping here for the first time, thank you for stopping by and feel more at home. This is a channel where we discuss anything motherhood, anything lifestyle, anything that happens that I feel like sharing with you, be it cooking, be it going out, and just anything entertaining, okay? To the channel whereby if you stop, you won't get out without learning one or two, three things, okay? That I promise you, okay? So if you like my contents, please guys, subscribe to my channel, like my video, share, comment, tell me anything that I need to improve on, tell me anything concerning the video I've shot, okay? Yeah, so today I'm going to talk to you on the tips of weaning a baby from 6 months, okay? Because you're advised that you breastfeed until you reach 6 months. That is the age where the child, now the body has fully grown, the baby now is fully grown to now start processing solid foods, okay? So I'm going to talk to you guys on the tips that are very important concerning as far as weaning the baby is concerned, okay? So a disclaimer, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a specialist. Anything that I'm going to share with you guys is from experience. What I did that worked for me, whatever didn't work for me, I'm not going, we'll just see how the conversation is going to flow, okay? So stay with me to the end, please. Watch this video to the end and tell me whatever you think that you've learned from this video. Ensure that you comment, even if it is one thing. Ensure that you comment down below so that I feel like there are some people that have learned from this video, okay? Let's get into it. You guys have divided my topic into four major subtopics. So I'm going to discuss with you basically on the safety measures that you need to consider when as you want to start weaning a baby, and also what am I going to talk about again? Safety measures, equipments that you will use, or the things that you're going to use in the whole process, how to do it from day one continuously, and also the type of foods that you can start weaning your baby with, okay? So let me start by the safety measures. Anytime that you feel like if it reaches a point where now the baby is 6 months and you feel like now it's the right time to start weaning your baby, some of the safety tips that you should know is that when you want to give the baby their first solid foods going onwards from 6 months, ensure that you cool the food, okay? The baby, you can't measure the baby's body with our bodies. We are totally different because they're still young. So the temperature of your food that you eat normally is not the temperature of the food that the baby also needs to eat, because they are still young. It's like bathing water. You bathe with warm water and then they bathe with the lukewarm water because they are still young, okay? So ensure that you cool the food completely before giving the baby, to avoid their tongue getting burnt, because if the food is hot and it burns their mouth, their mouth, lips or tongue, the feeding will become an issue, okay? Another safety tips is that you ensure that your hands are clean before preparing baby's food, and also ensure that you wash your hands clean and the feeding area clean before giving the baby food. Why? Because sometimes you may, in starting weaning is a process, and you might find that you give a baby food and then the baby starts diarrheaing or having some stomach ache sort of thing, and you might say that it was the food that you gave the baby, but no, because maybe the place that you used to prepare the baby's food were not properly cleaned, and also maybe you are from the toilet or from hanging around with your friends outside or from the market, and immediately you get in the house you start feeding the baby before washing your hands. So ile uchafu unakuwa nayo itaenda kwa mtoto pia, and it is not healthy. So ensure that you maintain high level of hygiene before feeding a baby. Okay, are we together? And also the last safety tip that you need to know is that the fruits that you're going to give the baby, ensure that they're properly cleaned. Peel the ones that you can peel so that the baby eats something that is clean, especially fruits like apples that maybe you cannot consider peeling because we eat the whole of it. Please wash it, clean it. You can even wash it with soap and the kitamba that you use to clean to clean plates. Kizungu ilikuja na meli wa jamaa. Okay, so ensure the key thing, ensure that you maintain high level of hygiene. It is very, very important because the baby's body is so sensitive, and remember, it is the first time that you are trying to introduce to them the solid foods that they were not used to. So if you introduce the food plus uchafu, it won't be easy on you. Okay, so let's get into the equipment that you will need before you start your weaning journey. Okay, so you will need bibs, the ones I talked on the video last time, the things that you need before having a baby. Yeah, if you've not watched that video also, I'll put the link on the subscription box, and also you can go in my videos, you'll find it there. So you will need bibs because when you feed the baby, chakula itakuwa inadondoka. Some will drop, some food will drop, because if you give them a full spoon containing food, some they will get inside, some will drop. So to ensure that, yeah, so ili stop kuambia baby unachafua nini, just use a bib, because it is normal, it is very, very normal. To ensure that their clothes remain clean, it is advisable that you have a bib that you put around their neck while feeding. Okay, you will also need a high table. If you can afford a feeding table, thumbs up, go for it, mama. It will be over good. It will help you, because if you try a posture of feeding a baby, it is much easier when you sit down like the way I'm sitting, and then you feed them from up like this. It is like, not like, yeah, it has gone up, not like that, but from down, the baby's here, and then you feed them like this. It is so much easier than when the baby is down on the same level and you feed. You see, it will be going like this instead of like this. I don't know if you understand, but find a chair that is a little bit higher so that you can balance. You won't also get tired when you have a high chair. Or if you don't have a feeding table, pale tu mkono ya kiti, weka tu mtoto hapo kwa mkono ya kiti na ukae na chini, and then you're good to go. Okay, some of these things we just use whatever we have around us. Don't give yourself pressure that you have to get the feeding table if your pocket can't allow you. Okay, you will also need soft feeding spoons, because you know they still don't have teeth. Bado wako na, how do we call it, the hard before the teeth comes out. How do we call that thing? Comment on the comment section below. I don't know what it's called, but then if you feed them with the normal spoons that we adults use in eating, inaweza waumiza. You can find that when you are feeding, utapata umemgonga na aanze kukuwa na pains ama ifure ama nini. So it is advisable that you use plastic spoons, the softer ones. They are always in the supermarkets or in the baby shops. Yeah, you can always find them. And also you will need they are called messy mats. Let me not trouble God. They are called messy mats. Okay, so if you can't afford those ones, you can use a leso. Unaweza tandika leso chini, and then you put the baby to sit on, so that you don't end up while feeding the baby umechafua meza yote, umechafua kiti yote, umechafua floor, you mop again, you wash again. So unaweza weka kaleso, the baby sits on it to feed. Ukimaliza unatoa leso, unaenda unaosha, so that you don't give, you know, as mothers you have a lot of things going around. So if you mop in the morning, you mop after feeding the baby, you will find yourself so stressed and so overwhelmed. Yeah, so consider buying also a messy mat. Yeah, okay. And also some of the things that your baby will use from 6 months onwards after weaning, you will need sippy cups. If you can't find sippy cups, you can also just use the normal feeding bottles, because you will need to give them maybe porridge on it, maybe water. So you can have sippy cups or normal baby feeding bottles. Yoyote tu itafanya. Okay, now on the foods that you can, should I say foods or the steps first? Let me talk about steps and then we'll talk about the foods later. So when you're starting to wean your baby, don't be in a hurry. Remember, you are introducing some of the new things to the body that the body itself was not used to. The body is only used to having milk, which is your breast milk. Okay, so take it one day at a time. Just go slowly until they adapt. By this I mean, don't start by giving them waru in the morning, uji in the afternoon, I don't know what. Start slowly and start once a day. Continue the next day once, the following day once. You go slowly to 2 times a day, you go slowly to 3 times a day, you go slowly to 4 times a day, you go slowly until they fully adapt. Okay, but start from at least once a day. Okay, you introduce to them. And also, before I forget, if you introduce to them that way, it will also make you be able to identify the some types of food that the baby is allergic to. Because if you give them let me say waru, you give them omena, you give them eggs, you give them fish, all in one day, and then the baby wakes up tomorrow with having some rashes on the skin or showing some signs of allergic reaction, you won't be able to know which food exactly caused the allergy. Okay, so space up, just space up, learn the process, know the foods that they're allergic to, know the ones that that works with them in terms of allergy reaction. Okay, yeah. And also remember to go with your baby's, sorry, I was distracted by my girl. Content creation is hard, man. It is hard. Remember to subscribe on this channel. The work that we do, guys, for you. Okay, let me continue. It's not about it. It's not a video of complaining. It is a video of empowering you and helping you know how to win at the process of winning. So let's continue. I was saying, I was saying that go with your baby's pace. If the baby is full, it's not a must that they must finish a whole cup of milk or a whole cup of porridge or a full plate of potatoes or anything. Once you see they show a sign that they are full, wanaangalia huko, or they are thirsty, or they close their mouth, they don't want to open, stop it at that. Okay, because the body is still adapting. With the time, their stomachs will widen up and they will eat more and more of it. Hata we mtu mkubwa ukifosiwa after kukula sana umeshiba, and then mtu anakuambia ongeza tena, you know how hard it is. But they're only little babies, they can't communicate. The only thing they will do is start crying. So go with your baby's space. When they feel like stopping, just stop. Okay, don't force them past. And also the last one is that ensure that you keep distractions to minimum, especially during feeding time. By this I mean, like, do not feed the baby while they are watching or they're using the phone or the tablets. Unajua watoto wa siku hizi wananunuliwa tablet. Wewe ulikuwa na simu, uliona tablet when you are old? Mimi nilikuwa na simu ile simu yangu ilikuwa inaitwa aje? Wiko. I had Wiko phone, ile kabambe. I thought I had my kabambe here. Ile kabambe ya Wiko ya black. That was my first phone that I ever used after Form 4. Watoto wa siku hizi at 1 year you already have a tablet worth 5,000. But anyway, we don't complain. They are a new generation, okay? Anyway, so what was I saying? So yeah, ensure that you don't distract them. Like, they need to watch, they need to play while eating. Remember, while you are introducing food, you are also trying to maintain a routine. So train them, because babies are so hard to handle if you don't have a routine. Like, if you just leave your kid to do anything that he or she wants, it will reach a point that you will become overwhelmed. Okay, so as you continue weaning, maintain also a routine so that they know feeding time is feeding time. I'm here to sit, eat, and then I continue with whatever you want to do. As much as they don't communicate, they adapt quickly to routine. Okay, so maintain a routine. Now the last part, guys, let's go to the foods that you can use when you start weaning. Okay, so me, and I think higher percentage of mothers, we start weaning by giving our do we call them children, infants, babies? I think we can use babies. Okay, so we start by giving our babies porridge. And as I was saying, that you give them one type of solid food at a time, this also comes when you start giving them porridge. Remember, you don't know if your baby will react with omena, which are put in baby weaning porridge, rice, or any other thing that they add. Nowadays they add even pumpkin on the porridge, just to add nutrients to the porridge. I'm not saying that whatever they are adding is bad. What I'm trying to say is that when you're starting to wean your baby, there are always different types of weaning porridge that are always being sold. So ensure that the one you buy for the first time, ensure that you check the ingredients. Just take the one that has flour, purely flour. You prepare it well for the baby, just flour and ile tu process ya kutengeneza uji, but don't go for the ones that have rice, omena, hizo pumpkin, nini when you are starting, especially in the first 2 weeks or in the first month. Wape tu ile clear I don't know where the pressure is coming from. Wape tu ile clear porridge for the start. But with time, because you want also your baby to get nutrients, remember that from up to 6 months, the baby is still getting nutrients from your milk. So don't be in a hurry of giving mtoto lazima pate nutrients zote. Nataka tu hii uji iko na omena, yenye iko na nini sorghum, yenye iko na sijui nini. We understand, but what we are saying, endelea na pace so that upe mwili ya mtoto time of adapting. Okay, so ukianza na uji, umpe uji leo, unaweza mpea uji asubuhi, mwache tu akaikae, unaweza mpea tena jioni, ama umpe the following day asubuhi. Pole tu. With time unaanza kuintroduce potatoes, with time fruits, with time. So some of the foods that you can use in baby weaning for the first stages as you continue. Bora tu mtoto aanze kukula, atakuwa nakula kile kitu. Remember, they're growing every day. They won't be 6 months forever. They will be 7, 8, going to 1 year. Na sasa watakuwa nakula food zote. And also ensure that this is where some most of us mothers go wrong. Remember, kama unataka kupea mtoto smashed potato, for example, you boil it, unaeka salt, you smash it and give the baby. If you want to give them, let's say, vegetables, utaichemsha hapo, weke chumvi, upea mtoto. Mtoto is a human being. It's only that they are only small. Food yenye unapea mtoto, ensure umeipika kama food ya mtu mkubwa. Like, kama ni ya kaanga vizuri, food ikuwe tasty, yenye mtoto akikula na kula vizuri. Okay, you don't just give baby boiled food and then you expect them to eat, na wewe unakula chakula imekaangwa vizuri. Okay, the nutrients that you get, ama ile utamu unasikia time unakula, ndio mtoto pia anafasikia hiyo utamu, and then they will enjoy eating. Hautakuwa na mtoto mwenye confused in terms of eating. Okay, yeah, so that was a disclaimer that just came in my mind right now, that I felt like sharing with you guys. Okay, so hii porridge unaipika tu normal, unaweza ongeza maziwa. As much as it is not advisable to give baby cow milk up to 12 months or 1 year, you can mix it with any food that you're making. If you're making smashed potatoes are good for the baby because they are easily swallowable. Kuna kizungu kama hiyo, nawaambia kizungu ilikuja na meli. So it is easy for them to swallow. Yeah, so you can use milk. in preparing baby's food, like in porridge. Also, some of the vegetables that you can use while you start your weaning process, you can use spinach, you can use broccoli is a good broccoli is a good it's a good vegetable, and it is also highly nutritious, as well as carrots. How do you prepare this? Because you can say that ile spinach yote, ile carrot kubwa, ile broccoli kubwa, nitapeje mtoto atafune? This is where now blender comes in. Hizi unaweza blend na upike na upe mtoto. Unaweza blend zikuwe kama supu, and then you mix with smashed potatoes so that it is nutritious. Akule hapo vegetables, apate ma iron, imuongeze nini blood, imuongeze damu, hizi nutrients zote. Okay, you can't eat carbohydrates every day. Try and make so that any food that the baby eats, at least it has 2 or more nutrients. Okay, yogurt is also very good, especially plain yogurt. You can also introduce them to you can start by introducing them to yogurt if you don't prefer porridge. If you feel like porridge is heavy for them, you can start yogurt. Unaweza pia hata mtoto wa 4 months. By the way, these things watoto wa siku hizi hata wafiki 6 months ndio uanze kuwa wean, because ile time unakula yeye pia anataka kukula, unampega ile kidogo kidogo. Okay, so even from 4 months you can start giving them yogurt. It is healthy for us and also for them. So with time, as you continue weaning, ukichoka sana na waru sana, what you can use again, you can give them sweet potato. You boil it nicely, and then you smash, and then you mix with yogurt, and then you give them. Very nutritious and very sweet. Okay, you can also rice also can be smashed. You can prepare your rice nicely. Remember, kitu unapea mtoto usiweke ile maji mingi sana ikue rice ikue supu. Unaipika tu vizuri, you smash it, and then you prepare your nice soup, unaongeza, and you give them. Okay, make your food nice, ili hata wewe ukionja chakula ya mtoto mwenyewe unatamani kuikula, but usikule chakula ya mtoto. Okay guys, I'm just kidding. And also, yeah, you can also give them fish as time goes by. Like, I'm not saying that these are the ones you start with immediately, you start boom. I'm saying you give them in terms of venye tulishaongea kitambo. Okay, so yeah, you can also give them fish. Yeah, especially fish is highly nutritious. Unapika tu ile soft vizuri, unaweka kwa supu, inakaa soft, and you give them. Unapea tu small chunks that can't do what? Ayezi wanyonga. Okay, yeah, so guys, that one brings me to the end of this video. Thank you so much for staying with me. Thank you so much for supporting my content. If there's any other tip that you've used, or you think someone might use, a new mother might use, please comment in the comment section down below and let me know some of the tips that you think we can use. Till next time guys, bye, I love you.